Under the relentless Florida sun, a lavish Palm Beach mansion becomes the epicenter of scandal. Flashing police lights pierce the idyllic scene, shattering the facade of wealth and privilege. A sea of reporters gathers, their whispers carried on the breeze, hinting at the dark allegations swirling within the mansion walls. The air crackles with unspoken accusations against Jeffrey Epstein, the weight of the scandal heavy in the bright, unforgiving light. In the stark confines of the police station's interview room, tension hangs heavy in the air. Two detectives sit impassively, their expressions unreadable as they observe the distraught couple across the table. The parents are visibly shaken, their faces pale and etched with worry and a simmering anger. They begin to recount the harrowing accusations made by their 4-year-old daughter against Epstein. Their voices tremble, each word laced with the pain of reliving their daughter's trauma. The sterile room seems to shrink, amplifying the weight of their devastating story. In the opulent mansion, a young girl shifts uneasily, her innocence a stark contrast to the surroundings. Jeffrey Epstein extends a glass of champagne, the gesture cloaked in unspoken menace. Sunlight streams through the grand windows, illuminating the lavish decor, yet shadows lurk in every corner. The air hangs heavy with a sense of foreboding, a silent scream trapped within the mansion's walls. Her wide, apprehensive eyes reflect the gilded cage, capturing a moment of lost innocence. In the bustling federal courtroom, Alexander Acosta stands firm, a beacon of composure amidst a storm of flashing cameras and probing microphones. "Today, we concluded a plea agreement with Mr. Epstein's legal team," he announces, his voice measured and resolute. The weight of his decision hangs in the air as he continues, "This decision was not made lightly." His gaze sweeps over the crowd, emphasizing the gravity of his words. "A primary consideration was the privacy and well-being of the victims. A lengthy trial would have subjected them to further trauma." In the sterile, modern office, a palpable tension suffocates the air, the weight of injustice pressing down on the victims and their families. Faces flush with anger and grief, a collective sense of betrayal hangs heavy as victim one erupts. "This is a joke! He gets off with probation? After what he did?" Family member one's voice trembles with outrage, a promise broken, echoing in the room. "We were promised justice! This isn't justice, it's a slap in the face!" Tears well in victim two's eyes as faith in the system shatters. "I can't believe this. I trusted the system, and it failed me." The massive prison gates loom, cold and indifferent, as Epstein strides through them, a free man after a mere 13 months. Cameras flash, capturing the controversial moment of his release, each click echoing the injustice felt by many. Epstein's face is unreadable as he walks past the throng of reporters, a silent figure at the center of a brewing storm. The work release papers, clutched tightly in his hand, symbolize the privilege that shields him from true accountability. A sea of faces watch him go, their expressions a mixture of anger and disbelief, a visual testament to the public outrage. The prison, a stark backdrop to his departure, stands as a silent question mark against the scales of justice. In the Miami Herald newsroom, a huddle of investigative journalists are consumed by scattered documents under the cold glare of computer screens. The scent of old paper and stale coffee hangs heavy in the air, a silent testament to countless hours dedicated to uncovering hidden truths. Each journalist meticulously pores over the pages, their expressions intense as they navigate the labyrinth of the 2008 plea deal. They seek to decipher the surprising leniency granted, each document a piece of a complex puzzle. The room pulses with quiet determination, an unspoken vow to expose the truth behind the carefully constructed facade. Under the relentless Miami sun, the Miami Herald building stands as a stark monument to unfolding scandals. Newsstands scream of "Epstein scandal reignites!" and "Acosta under fire," each headline a fresh wound in the public consciousness. Passersby halt, drawn in by the lurid headlines, their faces etched with a mix of anger and morbid fascination. The very air seems to crackle with renewed outrage, a palpable tension hanging heavy over the city. Inside the packed federal courtroom, a hush falls as the judge prepares to deliver the day's crucial ruling. Reporters and spectators fill the courtroom, their faces a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. The federal judge, gavel in hand, surveys the tense scene with a stern, authoritative gaze. The judge's voice cuts through the silence, a pronouncement of accountability hanging in the air. Alexander Acosta violated the Crime Victims' Rights Act, the judge declares, each word resonating with gravity. By not informing Epstein's victims of the plea agreement, the judge concludes, sealing Acosta's fate in the eyes of the law. Under the harsh glare of studio lights, a polished news desk gleams, awaiting the unfolding drama. An impeccably dressed news anchor delivers the latest headlines with unwavering authority, his words cutting through the night. The controversy surrounding Epstein continues to escalate, he announces, stirring the murky waters of scandal. Names like P. Diddy and Donald Trump hang in the balance, their connections fueling speculation and igniting a firestorm of debate. Inside the opulent Trump Tower office, sunlight dances across gold surfaces, highlighting the room's extravagance. Donald Trump sits imposingly, every detail of the setting meticulously arranged to convey power and success. He faces the interviewer, his expression carefully calibrated, a master of controlled narrative. "I was never a fan of Epstein," Trump declares, his tone suggesting a calculated distancing. His eyes gleam with practiced deflection, hinting at the complex layers beneath the surface. Inside P. Diddy's lavish mansion, a lawyer faces a sea of reporters, the air thick with anticipation and unspoken accusations. Microphones bristle as camera flashes momentarily blind, capturing a moment fraught with tension and uncertainty. The lawyer's voice cuts through the charged atmosphere, reading a carefully prepared statement. "We stand here today to address the recent allegations, Mr. Combs unequivocally denies any involvement in the alleged crimes associated with Epstein," the lawyer declares, the words hanging heavy in the opulent room. A brightly lit room buzzes with energy as J.D. Vance takes the stage, his presence commanding attention. Supporters fill the space, their faces eager, yet an undercurrent of unease simmers beneath the surface. An audience member steps forward, their voice cutting through the hopeful atmosphere. "Mr. Vance, what about your connections to people linked to Epstein?" A hush falls over the crowd as all eyes turn to J.D. Vance, awaiting his response. With unwavering resolve, J.D. Vance addresses the accusation head-on. "I am committed to fighting for justice." His voice rises, dismissing the allegations as mere distractions. "These accusations are baseless and a distraction from the real issues." High above the world, Epstein's private jet, the Lolita Express, cuts through the sky, a gilded cage in the vast expanse. Inside, the air is thick with unspoken dread as several young girls huddle together, their faces pale with fear. Each tremor of the aircraft sends shivers down their spines, a stark reminder of their confinement. In their eyes, the carefree dreams of youth are overshadowed by a chilling premonition of what lies ahead. The jet continues its relentless journey, carrying its fragile cargo towards an uncertain and terrifying destination. Lush tropical foliage provides a deceptive frame to a scene of opulent excess on Epstein's island. Underage girls in bikinis giggle nervously, weaving through a throng of older men, their laughter masking unspoken fear. Jeffrey Epstein, in his mid-40s, surveys the scene with a predatory glint in his eyes, a silent hunter in his own domain. The air is thick with the stench of money and unspoken menace, a palpable sense of dread hanging heavy in the tropical air. Inside the FBI office, agents gather around a table laden with evidence, their expressions grave. Flight logs detail Epstein's private jet activity, each entry a silent testament to hidden journeys. Financial records reveal a web of complex transactions, hinting at the scale of the operation. Printed victim testimonies paint a grim picture, their words echoing the suffering endured. The grand Epstein mansion is besieged as FBI agents swarm the grounds, their presence a stark invasion of opulence. With practiced precision, they secure the perimeter, their movements betraying a sense of urgency and purpose. Inside, agents fan out, their eyes scanning for any trace of incriminating evidence among the lavish furnishings. Documents are seized, their secrets about to be laid bare under the scrutiny of the law. Briefcases swell with gathered leads, each piece a potential thread in the unraveling of a dark web. The prison cell is awash in a cold, unforgiving light, casting long, skeletal shadows across the room. Epstein lies still on the narrow cot, an unsettling stillness permeating the air around him. His lifeless eyes stare blankly at the ceiling, reflecting the stark, sterile light. Suspicion hangs heavy in the air as the circumstances surrounding his death ignite the flames of conspiracy. Outside the courthouse, a sea of faces, victims, and family members conveys a profound sense of loss and simmering rage. Each face in the crowd tells a story of pain, their expressions reflecting the deep scars left by Epstein's alleged crimes. Signs held high pierce the air, each one a stark demand for justice, a visual cry for accountability. The courthouse looms in the background, a silent monolith against the fervent pleas of those seeking retribution. The courtroom hums with a tense silence, broken only by the rustle of papers. Lawyers, their faces etched with gravity, prepare for the next round of a bitter legal fight. Sunlight pierces through the towering windows, illuminating swirling dust motes in the charged atmosphere. The gallery is a sea of faces, each reflecting a potent mix of fury, sorrow, and unwavering resolve. Victims seek justice, their determination palpable as they confront Epstein's estate. The weight of alleged crimes hangs heavy in the air, demanding accountability. Inside the sterile news studio, the bright lights cast a stark glare on the anchor's desk. Papers are spread before her, each page a potential headline. Behind her, massive screens flicker with graphics, teasing the story about to unfold. A sense of anticipation hangs heavy in the air as the world awaits. The news anchor's voice cuts through the silence. Tonight, we're following the release of the Epstein files. These documents are expected to reveal the names of numerous individuals associated with the late Jeffrey Epstein. Across various locations, figures implicated in the Epstein files deliver carefully prepared statements, their expressions, masks of practiced denial. A palpable tension fills the air as each word, meticulously chosen, echoes through the media channels. The public debate ignites, a fierce and uncontrollable blaze of speculation and accusation. Social media platforms and news outlets are consumed by the relentless wildfire of controversy. Each statement fuels the storm, adding to the growing tempest of public scrutiny and outrage. In a dimly lit room, a circle of chairs encloses a sanctuary of shared sorrow. Faces etched with pain bear witness to unspeakable stories, voices trembling yet resolute. Each narrative of alleged abuse hangs heavy in the air, a testament to resilience. Hands reach out in silent understanding, offering solace amidst the shared trauma. Tears flow freely, washing away fragments of anguish and despair. Nods of solidarity ripple through the group, affirming their collective strength and unwavering empathy. Inside the document warehouse, a scene of organized chaos unfolds as researchers and journalists dive into the depths of the Epstein case. Mountains of documents rise like silent witnesses, their pages filled with potential secrets and untold stories. Each page turned is a step deeper into the labyrinth as they meticulously search for the elusive clues hidden within the mass of information. The air is thick with anticipation, every rustle of paper carrying the weight of expectation and the hope of revelation. In this archive of truth, they are relentless seekers, driven by the pursuit of answers and the promise of justice. Under a somber sky, a memorial stands dedicated to the victims of Epstein's alleged abuse. The air is thick with collective remembrance, a solemn acknowledgement of past horrors. An unyielding pursuit of justice echoes through the memorial, each face etched with determination. A stark reminder of the critical need to hold perpetrators accountable hangs heavy in the air.